This is Classic FM.
Hello, once again, welcome to the Classic FM. Roof Terrace, Jamie Crick here in the freezing cold, and Eric Whitacre's joined me. Thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
I thought I was going to say to you, where are you from? And you'd say somewhere northern in America, you know, somewhere with snow, and I could say to you, the temperature's just about right for that, but you're from Nevada.
I am from Nevada.
So you keep your coat on. It's, I don't know if you can't see, but it's all open on the other side to the elements, so it's not too warm.
Yeah, although it's a beautiful day.
It is good.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
crisp as it is.
Terrific view.
Yeah,
and so on. You've got so much going on in the next couple of weeks with Christmas coming and your concert at the Union Chapel next week. What is all that about?
That's right. So it's with my group, the Eric Whitacre Singers, and it's a full concert of Christmas music. Some things that I've written, other composers as well, and then 3 or 4 pieces that we'll actually have the audience sing along with at the same time. The thing I'm most excited about with the concert is that we've opened an online, not a competition, but a submission for poetry and for essays about winter, about Christmas time. We've had something like 500 submissions so far, and we'll choose our top 4 and then have presenters read them during the concert.
Fantastic. And you've arranged Silent Night differently, or your own arrangement for
That's
it?
right, my own arrangement of Silent Night, which will premiere not as an encore, so it won't be part of
It must be tough approaching a piece of music like that that's been so often rearranged, reused in so many different ways. So what did you bring to it, do you think? Can we can't know until next week.
No, well, what I'm hoping, you know, it's funny, I don't know if all composers are like this, but my first impulse always, since I was a small child, was to listen to something and then sort of get this pang, this longing, I wish they would have done this. That's always been my instinct. Even a little harmony in a pop song or some big classical work, it's just, here's what I wish would have happened. So with Silent Night, for 35 years, I've been thinking, here's what I would have done to it.
Yeah.
So in fact, it feels pretty natural. It's just, yeah, this is my take on it.
It's distillation of 35 years into this one arrangement.
Ideally.
You did all these amazing things where you built this huge choir, you know, that brought people together. I mean, is that something you set out to do with music, get people involved? You're doing it again with the poetry and the writings, and not just here's a concert, but how can you be in touch with the music?
Yeah, I think when I began my adult life at 18 and first discovered classical music, I don't think I ever saw it as a mission, that I would reach out to people, that I would connect people, that this was the thing that I needed to do. But looking back now at my career and even my writing style, I think that's what I do. I have this need to have a communal experience for everybody in the room, the musicians, the audience, everybody there feeling and thinking the same way at the same time and having sort of a transcendent experience. So when the internet really blew up in 2000, 2001, I guess it was just a natural extension that this now becomes the room that I'm in, these millions and millions of people. How do we get everybody doing the same thing?
Music, I suppose, should be that kind of interaction. And I'm thinking about a rock concert when you go. Somehow you feel a little bit more involved than some classical concerts where you feel a little bit like you're the audience, we're the orchestra.
Exactly.
So it's kind of getting that involvement.
Exactly, and that's a perfect analogy, because I began as a rocker, you know, in high school, or a pop guy.
And you still have the hair.
Yeah, it's leaving quickly. But I remember going to these amazing arena concerts, U2 in 1987, and having that kind of experience where every single 60,000 people all singing at the same time. And I would love to find that kind of spirit in the classical world as well.
So this concert is just a sort of Christmas celebration. It's part of a number that you do all the time, really. But you're also always traveling. How do you sort of kind of work your year? Do you sit in January and go, all right, this is what I'm going to be, or does it just isn't ad hoc?
It's a combination. So I work very closely with my manager, Claire Long, who sort of oversees my entire life. And we have guideposts in the year that we know are going to happen. And then, but I guess just with the nature of the business and with the internet these days, things just come up quickly and out of the blue. And so there's always this little puzzle piece, a calendar happening where we're moving this and this and this and this. And okay, look, this is what December looks like.
Kind of bring the whole thing together. And then after that, now I must ask you, what do you do for Christmas? How does that pan out for you?
So I'll go back home to Christmas. I'll go to northern Nevada, where it's actually very cold, very snowy, right near Lake Tahoe. So I'll get to keep the coat.
Of course, you get and skiing and around Tahoe and everything.
Yeah. So we'll go skiing, and I'll spend that with my family there, and then for New Year's we'll go back down to Los Angeles, where I have been living before I moved to London, and hopefully get just a little bit of sun. Just 3 days. That's what I'm
And actually, I want to ask you about that. Why London? Why did you end up here? Because that sounds like kind of nomadic to a certain extent, and here you are in Europe.
Yeah. Well, I have a residency at Cambridge University at Sydney Sussex College. My choir is here, my management's here, Decca, my record company, is here. So in a way, my whole professional gravity shifted to London. But the truth is, it just seemed like a grand adventure. And I have now a 7-year-old boy. He was 6 at the time. We thought there's this small window when you can
move with a child kind of when they're young enough. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And my wife and I decided, let's just do this. And it's been a dream, because not only being here in London, which is quickly becoming my favorite city in the world, but we're so close to Europe, and so I'm doing a lot more concerts in continental Europe, which is I just can't get enough of.
Yeah, and it's great because you can go from one culture to another so quickly. You can be in one place. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're working with the Tallis Scholars, is that right?
That's right. I'm writing a piece for Tallis Scholars right now. I'm nearly finished. In fact, right before I came to this interview, that's what I was working on this morning.
Right.
And that will premiere in March. It's to celebrate, I think, their 40th anniversary.
Yeah, and you've got however, a pop song on Facebook. How did that happen? Are you going back to the rocking days? Is this?
I don't.
You're reliving.
I'm not sure if I regret this
Yeah.
decision, because here's somewhere I have a Facebook fan page that I try to keep pretty active, and somewhere around 50,000 likes, I said, not even imagining that it would happen, I said, if we reach 100,000 likes, I will post a pop song that I wrote and sang in 1986 when I was 16 years old. I think never really thinking that I would hit 100,000.
That'll never happen, and of course it did.
Yeah, and even worse, as we approached 100,000, and I was saying, oh, here's the promise that I
You
kept.
were trying to unlike things.
Yeah, exactly. It sped up. People started telling everybody. So there was this exponential speed towards 100,000 likes, and then so I posted it last night or 2 nights ago, and I think it's been listened to 20,000 times already.
It's on the Classic FM website.
Yeah, it's on the Classic FM website.
If you can look it up there, or go to his Facebook page, to be honest with you.
It's like having this terrible annual photo of yourself, right, from when you were 16, and then just showing the whole world, yep,
It's
this
like
is
that
who
photo
I was.
your mum gets out when you bring
Yeah.
somebody home and says, he looked like this.
Totally, totally. The coolest thing is, so after I put it up, then a number of people said, can we download this? So I offered it, I changed it so that they could download the file for free, and now a lot of people started remixing it. So there's a couple trance remixes, there's a dubstep remix, it's just...
So if you find yourself in a club sometime,
God forbid.
suddenly you could
God
be there.
Forbid.
Coming over, it's this...
I don't think of myself as a singer much, which is ironic, I suppose, considering how much I work with singers. When I was in my pop band in high school, I was never allowed to sing. They thought that I sounded like Kermit the Frog. So these were all recordings that I did on my own. And so now that my voice is out there and everybody's listening to me sing 16-year-old pop music,
it's delicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eric, thank you very much for coming in. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter. It's coming to pick him up, probably. It's your...
Yeah, no. My pleasure.
And have a great Christmas.
Thank you. You too.